The death of subjectivity in media.
Somewhere along the way, talking about art turned into trying to win an argument. It's not enough just to like something anymore. You've got to be able to defend it in a courtroom debate on
Yeah, I think it
X
was a
or
fine
Discord
game
or
overall.
whatever other social platform. Oh, you liked that game? Cue a cross-examination about frame rates, lore continuity, and whether the studio tweeted something weird or not in 2016.
Yeah, like like nowadays, like it does kind of suck. You can't just like something, right? And I'll give a very big example of this. Genshin Impact, right? Like, I've never been of the opinion that you are wrong or bad for liking Genshin Impact. It's not my cup of tea. I will make fun of it. But if you like it and you like playing it, hey, good for you, man. I sincerely hope it is fun for you. It's just not for me, and I'll dog on it because it's fun to dog on. But it is kind of crazy nowadays how, like, liking something is like a crime to some people.
The internet turned media into a courtroom discussion, and the goal isn't to connect anymore, it's to be right. A new show drops, and within 5 minutes, people are already composing 10 Twitter threads on why it's a masterpiece or an insult to humanity. Words like objectively great, undeniably trash, and the ever mysterious mid get tossed around like they're part of some sacred critic dialect. Like, if you use the right language, you win. But chasing that kind of certainty and objectivity kills the one thing that makes art meaningful: how it made you feel. And the way we express that isn't through bullet points or comparison charts, it's through subjectivity. Let's be real, objectivity has its place. Great camera work, smart writing, polished mechanics, these are things that we can analyze. But when the entire conversation stops at technically good, it becomes cold, mechanical, and sterile. Saying Elden Ring is a good game is fine, but it tells me nothing about why it mattered to you. The story is strong as a Yelp review. The story stayed with me is a conversation. It's the difference between reading the back of the box and hearing your friend light up as they talk about the weird game that changed how they see the world or themselves.
And there's nothing wrong with liking a game just because you like it and it feels fun to play and like it's enjoyable to you. Subjectivity is so incredibly important. And I know Techie disagree with this generally. If you like something just because you like it and it speaks to you and it's fun to you, like, you do you, like slay queen, like slay.
One is information and the other is connection. Let's look at someone like Video Game Dunkey. Whether you agree with him or not, when he talks about a game, it's his voice. You know when he's excited, you know when he's let down, and you know when he is just enjoying himself. That makes his videos stick. Not because he's listing features or anything purely observable, but because you're seeing a real human reaction.
Yep.
Now compare that to your standard IGN or GameSpot review. You get the usual graphics, performance, gameplay loop, 7 out of 10 review. All helpful, but completely interchangeable. You could replace the reviewer with a robot that read the press release for a game, or a GameFAQs article from 2005, and you'd barely notice. This also extends into content creators. Moist Critical, who I genuinely like, sometimes falls into this safe
when they become loud and
territory.
obnoxious about it.
His voice meter often sounds like he's trying to average out public sentiment instead of just saying how he felt. And when a review is shaped by consensus instead of experience, it turns into noise. And when a critic's voice is rooted in what he thinks the public will agree with, he's not a critic, he's a thermometer. Subjectivity is what makes it awesome to love things that aren't conventionally good. Take Hazbin Hotel, for example. It is, by all means, objectively bad. It's messy, some of the jokes land like a brick through drywall, and the pacing can feel like the show is trying to set a land speed record. But it has soul. The world pops, the music is alive, the animation is beautiful, and the characters have personality. And there's an energy to it that doesn't feel like anything else.
Wrong.
That kind of weird, chaotic
I've never seen it,
sticks
so I
with
wouldn't
you.
know.
It's not about being flawless. It's about being alive. Now let's take Undertale, one of the most lovingly crafted indie games of all time. Also one of the most unfairly judged. Not because of the game itself, but because of the fan base. People dismissed it because of memes, cringy fans, or awkward convention moments, like you're supposed to have—
Nah, I think he's being a little silly here. He's getting a little bit in his feels because Undertale is literally the most critically acclaimed game in the past fucking 10 years. I disagree with this completely. I know some people like shit on it a little bit, but Undertale is like commercially loved in the gaming space. Like, he's wrong here. Undertale was loved and shit on. It was barely shit on. It was barely shit on. Nah, he's getting a little bit in his feels here.
Evaluate a game based on its Tumblr presence. But none of that changes what Undertale actually is. An emotionally layered, mechanically inventive game that did more with a 2D RPG format than most AAA studios
like
do
the most
with a
well-known and
multi-million-dollar budget.
Released. Yeah, I
if
know.
anything, the passionate fan base just
right.
proves how much it resonated with people. When you filter every game through the lens of is it cool to like or will I get flamed for this online, you're not playing the game anymore, you're playing it safe. And here's the real problem. Once you get into that headspace, it starts bleeding into how you consume.
The Homestuck, okay. Homestuck has the weirdest fan base out of any specific fan base on the internet. It is the most weird fan base, and it's not even fucking close.
Media. You don't just sit down and watch a movie, you're already writing the letterbox review in your head before the second act. You don't just play a game, you're tracking dialogue and performance and pacing, mentally scoring it like a bad reality show judge. I'm guilty of this. I've watched things purely to form an opinion on them, gone into shows not with curiosity or intrigue, but with a checklist. I stopped asking, did I enjoy this, and started asking, can I defend my take on this in a comment section?
Yeah, exactly.
And surprise, it sucked the joy out of everything. What snapped me out of it wasn't some high-minded media theory.
I completely agree here, and hear me out on this one. I think the Minecraft movie is a perfect example of this discussion, right? I was just actually having a conversation about this the other day. So, the Minecraft movie, in all intents and purposes, is a bad movie. It's just bad. There's nothing really interesting about it. There's nothing really different or unique about it. But when you turn your brain off and you just try to enjoy it as a fun, silly little turn your brain off for 80 minutes sort of type shit, it is actually a very fucking good movie. But when you look at it through through a critical lens, and when you look at it through the eye of a critic, it is like objectively bad. Like the story beats are bad, the story doesn't make a lot of sense, etc. But as a fun, turn your brain off, be entertained. Is that a weapon under this? No, it's an energy drink can, man. How about Sinners? I see Sinners tonight. Seeing Sinners tonight, I will let you guys know.
Or 6-hour YouTube video essay.
The casting was bad.
World. We all get the 2-week Minecraft phase, and it just so
of,
happened to strike me a couple months
Momoa.
ago, and I made a new world. This time, though, I went in with zero plans, no Pinterest board, and no YouTube tutorials. Just me and the game. I built pixel art and towers out of blocks I don't normally use, and roller coasters with no practical use. But I loved it. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't impressive, but it was mine, and for the first time in forever, I was coming home excited to play Minecraft.
Experience? Oh, God.
I wasn't just making something to show off. I was making something just because I wanted to. That's subjectivity. That's the spark. So here's a challenge for you. Next time you experience a piece of media, try not to reach for the safest take or even a take at all. Don't ask what you're supposed to say. Ask what it meant to you. Did it move you? Did it surprise you? Did it make you smile? That's enough. That's everything. You don't have to win the argument, you just have to be real. And if that means loving something dumb or ignoring a flaw, great! That's what keeps media alive. People bringing their weird, messy, passionate, authentic selves to the table. Subjectivity matters. Let it. Thank you so much for watching.
That was a good video. I think that was a very, very good and mature take. Shame he didn't make it 8 minutes, so he's not getting that ad revenue. He missed it by about 2 minutes, 20 seconds on a 800K video. I think he was a little bit wrong about the whole Minecraft take, or not Minecraft, Undertale take. But overall, I think that was pretty fucking decent.